Okay, and to wrap up this tutorial, we will build up the show30 method. This is clicked from the button, show30 button. And whenever we click the show30 button, it does the show30. Right now it's empty. We are going to load a different adapter for this one, just a basic single text adapter, as an example to show you that and how you can extract just specific data from the database. So what we are going to do is create an array list of type string, because that's the type of information we are going to extract out of the database. Array list equals array list, and that should be it. And we are going to create, let's see, okay, we are going to grab our cursor. Now this is the same cursor variable as this, but we're just going to give it a different value. So we're going to say cursor equals db.rawQuery, and we're going to say select name, because we don't want all, we just want the name, from tutorial table, where age equal 30. This is a string also, so we're going to have to put 30 in single quotes, because remember, when you do a query in SQLite, whenever you're retrieving a string from there, you have to use single quotes. So this is what I was talking about. We're using a string in Java with these double quotes, but it's creating a string or a query for SQLite, and anytime you reference a string inside of a SQLite database, you must use the single quote. So as you can see, what we just did right there, comma, get that null to the second parameter, and that's all we need to do for that. Now we got our cursor, and what that is, in fact, let me show you what that is. We're going to go to here, and I'm going to type this in. And if you look right here, there's only one of us that is 30, and that's Josh 2. And we're only going to select the name, so it should just give us this column. There I am, Josh 2. And remember, this is a cursor. Even though there's one field in this little thing, that is the cursor. Yeah, it's got one field, but it's a cursor. And it is column 0. Now, those two columns would be column 0, 1. Name does not always have column label 1. It's the cursor itself. However big the cursor is, always have an index starting 0. So what we're going to do over here is, now that we got the cursor, now just in case, we're going to say if cursor does not equals null, and cursor can move to first. That means it's going to move to the first record in there. We are going to do some code. Alright, so we're going to populate our array list right here with everything in there. So we're going to say do, we're going to say cursor dot get string at index 0, the column, the first column, that we only have one column, remember, and it's indexed at 0, so we're going to grab it, and after it gets it, we are going to add it to our array list. So we're going to say array list dot add And there we just added the first line in that cursor to our array list. But how about the rest of them? Well, that's why we did a do, because we're going to continue to do this while cursor dot move to next. So if we have a lot of people who are age 30, this cursor will grab, let's say there's 5 people. Cursor will grab those 5 people in a single cursor, single column, and we're going to see if it has data, and we're going to move to the first record in that cursor, and we're going to add it to the array list, and we're going to move to the next line in the cursor. We're going to add it to the array list. Just remember this cursor.getString. As soon as you get that part, it's going to make so much more sense to you. You may already get it, but I just keep saying it because it just makes so much sense. So if I select all from tutorial table where age is 30, this will give me everything whoever is age 30. Still, I'm the only one, but you can see it also provides my ID. Now if I did this, select all from where age equals 30, this is column 0 now. And if that's the case, I can say, okay, 0, 1, name is 1, so watch this. If I wanted to, I could even say the cursor is select all from tutorial table, but we're going to get the string from column 1, and that will do the same thing. See how that works? But that's what we're going to do. So now that we have our array list built up, we need to do a simple array adapter for type string. And the 4 parameters we need is a context, a main activity, this, and the layout. We have not done a layout for this one. This will be similar to how we did one right here, but we're just going to use Android's built-in simple list item, comma, we're going to press enter, and the objects right here is what we are going to give it now, and the objects that we are going to feed it is this array list we just built. And that's it. Just set the adapter now. Bam. So now whenever we click the button that says show 30, it will redo the list views adapter. So let's see it in action. Alright, there is the few people. So we're going to say, okay, name Randy. Randy is 11. Add. Emily is 86. We're going to add her. But let's add the few people. That's age 30. 2. Alright, so as you can see right here, we have Josh people and num2 who are age 30. So we hit show 30-year-olds and Josh people num2. You see how that did that? It changed the adapter to the list view. So person, and this is just to reload the list view. Now I didn't add a bunch of like failsafe null pointer exception codes and stuff like this. You know, I set out this button to grab the stuff from the meta text, so if the stuff in the meta text wasn't there, probably crash. But as you can see, there it is. And that's how you input the data into the database and retrieve it. But just as a final part on this tutorial, I want to show you something. I want to show you what would happen if I took away this little single line right there. Okay, so let's run this. I'll go ahead and pull up the logcat because it will fail. And that is okay. I want you to see what it looks like whenever you do have a error in your query. Okay, there's the people again. Hello. And add. But watch when I hit 30. It's going to crash. And let's go over here and see the reason. I'll open that app again and reinitiate that error. I don't know why it does this. Sometimes it'll take a few times for the error to pop up. No idea why that happens. But let me just make the error come up again. There it went. Oh, crap. Alright, there it goes. Okay, so let's trace it. Main activity 55 and then 86. On 55 is right here. 55 calls to show 30, which is down here on line 86. Right here, cursor. Remember where we took out that thing? It shows you exactly where it went to. But if you scroll up, you'll see more information. Error while compiling, select name from tutorial table where age equals 30. So whenever you get used to reading queries, you can actually just come, you don't even have to follow this part. You can come up here and just look at the unrecognized token, that blah blah blah. Pay attention to this part. This is the query it executed. And if you know a little bit about the language structure, you can see this. Select name from tutorial table where age equals 30. Missing the single quote. Bam. And it's just a little helpful tip. And imagine if you were grabbing text from a thing. Imagine if this right here said, okay, string age equals et age dot get text dot to string dot trim. And you wanted to say select the names from, let's say we don't want to show 30. We want to show the show selected. And in here, we are going to take this age that we just got. Sorry, we need to close off that ending add age plus. Now you see what we did there? You have to keep age, because it is a string, you have to keep it in that single quote. That's why we ended it right there, plus then that. And as you can see, it will take whatever age that we have in the box and it will do it. So let's show selected. Let's see, we're going to change this to show selected. Should take away all the errors. We'll run it and we'll see what happens. Alright, so we have set it up to grab the information from here and show that. I didn't change the show 30-year-olds on this right here, so let me just do that for the video. Now let's change to show selected. Cool. All right, so let's see. Let's add another. Let's add another 22-year-old named Jen. So we just added that to the database. So now we have name 1 that's 22 up here at the top that you see, and Jen that's 22. So when I hit show selected and I got 22 right here, it'll pop up name 1 and Jen. And there you go. That's it. These apps that I'm using right now to record the screen is called Flashback Express. To see the phone on the computer is called Visor. And whenever you record a video, you can export it. So you retrieve it and you can export it to Windows Media. That is SQLite Studio. That's it. If you have any comments, let me know, or you would like to see anything, I'll see if I can make it happen.